Hello, 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 and welcome, my Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your soulmate read for May, June 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive president of Drawing the Star Productions, and very, very happy to be serving you today. Hope you are well. Hope you're doing well through all this challenging time we are going through on planet Earth. If you are new to my channel, though, please do consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell, because I'm putting out content every single day to get us through this challenging time on planet Earth. As well as feel free to comment in the comment section below, because I do like a nice comment here and there. Who doesn't, right? Keep in mind, this is a general read, right? Not a private read. If it was a private read, we'd be on video chat or on the telephone, and we'd be talking in confidentiality. No, it's a general read. So please take what resonates, leave what does not, and check your other signs. I'm trying to keep all of these readings to about under 40 minutes. Upload times are still taking a really long time, so also if you hit the notification bell, you'll know when something hits, because that's when it's finally done uploading. Yeah. Cool. This is a soulmate contract read. Soulmates and twin flames are not the same thing, regardless of what you may be hearing elsewhere, or believe me, I had them conflated, confused for a long time myself. I never really liked the definitions until I came across a wonderful spiritual teacher by the name of Matt Kahn. There are some links in the description box. One of them are his defining the difference between twin flame and soulmate, and I think you'll like them, and it'll make these readings make a little bit more sense. To say that a soulmate contract, you have more than one, you have many. To say that they are not all romantic sexual. The bottom line of a soulmate contract is that you help each other heal. My mom and I are soulmates, makes a lot of sense. Then that the ones that we are looking at in this particular read are the happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual soulmate contracts, the ones that we have been working on and wanting for so very long, lifetime after lifetime. Now, hopefully, psychology is caught up with the spirituality and vice versa, so that we can actually have that kind of partnership, soulmate, contract, thingy, hoo-ha, doo-dah in our lives. Cool. So we're going to look at it like a contract. This side will be the divine feminine, party number 1. This one will be the divine masculine, party number 2. Has nothing to do with bodily gender. But if you follow along, continue to breathe consciously, deliberately, you'll be given the intuition, the guidance, and the grace that not just comes out of my mouth, but you'll be able to feel which one you are, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Cool. All the decks that I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. Go check it out. There's some other cool links on the way down there, as I said before. Otherwise, we're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype decks. You get one for the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and then we are off to the races. Take a nice deep breath. If you hear any noise in the background, it's just my 3 black cats. 3 black cats scratching up my stuff. Oh, it's our stuff. Breathe. Boys. My collective pantheons. There you are. Of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please. 2 cards. One for the divine feminine, one for the divine masculine. In this Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, soulmate contract for May, June 2020. Or timeless is also a timeless reading. Whenever they come across it is just fine. Please, one for the divine feminine, please. Oh, I can feel you poking into my hand. Just a poking at me. There you go. And one for the divine masculine in this Sagittarian soulmate contract. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and all that jazz. May, June 2020. Now, before I flip these over, please keep in mind archetypes are neutral. So in these cards, the way Caroline Myss, M-Y-S-S, brilliant spiritual teacher as well, the way she wrote these is that she's got a shadow attribute and the light attribute just scratching the surface on both of those attributes, actually. The shadow stuff's supposed to be a little triggery, a little, stuff you don't want to look at, but that's what you're helping each other heal. You're helping each other heal the stuff, whether you know each other or not, particularly in this time of lockdown. Maybe you haven't met yet, or maybe you have met, but you're not together. And if you are, then this is what you guys can be working on to help each other heal. So let's see who we got here. The Divine Feminine Dilettante. We haven't seen the Dilettante archetype in a while. And the Divine Masculine Beggar. Now, the Beggar is not what you think about. It's not necessarily about money, but we'll get into that. The Dilettante, the shadow attribute, pretension to a much deeper knowledge than you actually possess, right? I mean, a dilettante is like a non-expert. And in its shadow, it's that person who pretends to know what they don't know, right? Just to kind of get over on that. And particularly then when people ask them what they know and they kind of give them crazy or misinformation, it's just not great. The light attribute delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. And I think that's a lovely archetype. Like, you don't have to be an expert at everything. What am I a dilettante in? I am a dilettante, I'll say somewhat in cooking, because I love to cook, but I don't want to be a chef. But I'm a potion witch. I'm good at sauces and stews, and oh my God, I make the family sauce that my mom taught me how to make. That her grandmother, my great grandmother, it's passed down, but we all do it differently, right? So that is something I don't mind dabbling in that. Like, dabbler is a good word. But you don't want to dabble in, like, brain surgery. You really don't want to dabble in witchcraft. You want to know what you're doing, but of course we all have a place to start there. So this can, again, highlight when you are getting too superficial in your pursuits to maybe go a little bit deeper, particularly if you are a dilettante in soul contracts. It's going to be really tricky that you kind of want to say, all right, well, I know I don't know everything. There's a certain humility that comes with the dilettante archetype, particularly for a divine feminine, to sort of have that innocence and say, yeah, but I'm willing to explore. Let's see where this goes, right? So it doesn't have to be so fear-based and pretend you know something that you don't, which never works out. The divine masculine, we have the beggar. I have to say there's an interesting energy between these two. I know I'm reading for, thousands of people in a zodiacal collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, but there's something very warm and compassionate about these two. The shadow attribute of the beggar, dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Like, it's one thing to be having a bad day and to need some help and to reach out for help. But I learned a long time ago, particularly as a spiritual teacher myself and a reader, that if you carry those who can walk, their legs wither, metaphorically speaking. It's not great, right? It's not great. You don't really want to do that. We all have to make our way in this world. And that's why the light attribute confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, right? Awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. I just think it's a wonderful archetype, because there have been beggars on planets since jump. Right? Since the beginning of humanity, there's always been those ones that have had elicited compassion from others, but also for them to have compassion for themselves, that we are all doing the best that we can with what we know, with what we have. We all get what we need from the divine in every breath, and every inhale and every exhale, but do we always get what we want? And they are very intense lives to have, and we've all been in a place of begging. So it doesn't say this person is a lifetime beggar, divine masculine, but for a dilettante and a beggar to come together, it just feels like there's a real exchange of knowing and sharing and compassionate and some deeper wisdom there, and the spiritual authority of humility, which both of them can really have. It just feels like this could be a very sweet romantic soulmate contract, as long as the dilettante doesn't have to carry the beggar financially all the time, because maybe it's not always financial. It could be someone begging for attention, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to keep going. We're going to get two Doreen Virtue Healing with the Angels Oracle, one for each. What is the healing angel that walks with both of them? Because as they heal themselves individually because of the quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract, they're going to help each other heal. It's just how the quantum works. Now, that's true for all of us. As one of us heals, all of us heals. But these pre-incarnational agreements called soul contracts, particularly soulmates, the intimate, romantic, sexual ones are some of the hardest. So there's really an availability here for them to help each other heal and fulfill their part in the divine plan. So let's see what they got. Ready? My angels, please. Two cards, one for the divine feminine dilettante, one for the divine masculine beggar. in this Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, soulmate contract for May, June 2020, or timeless, please. One for the Divine Feminine. Thank you. One for the Divine Masculine. Okay. I keep my eyes closed a good part of the time. Who do we have here? Okay, well, we've got the guardian angel. Now, to me, the guardian angel is the higher self, the fifth dimensional and above self, walking with the dilettante. So perhaps this is a dilettante sort of getting her feet wet into more of the high vibrational spirituality, not so much the religion of things, although that might be her entree, right? Her door into that. Either the religion of her tribe, her birth, or kind of exploring. But there's a spirituality thing here that her exploration as a dilettante, sort of dipping toes into things, is very much being guarded and guided as part of her journey in physical form, her soul's journey. Now, keep in mind, I'm saying her and his, just to keep it straight in my mind. This does not mean that this is definitely a female, right? Masculine, feminine, both could be male, both could be female, either or. So for this divine masculine beggar, we've got the card of nature. Now, nature has a very, very interesting take on it for me, because, of course, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of angels of nature are, you know, the devas, D-E-V-A, not divas, D-I-V-A. Whitney Houston, Cher, Mariah Carey, those are divas. A diva is the lead singer in an opera house. Only one queen in a beehive. Beyonce, speaking of beehive. Gaga, divas. No, a deva is a nature spirit. But along with that, then certainly comes the angel of nature in terms of the chlorophyll, in terms of being in nature, that we all, though it is a challenging time to do so, to be out in nature. It puts us in sync with fifth dimensional unity consciousness, that we're all one, that as we exhale carbon dioxide, the trees, the plants absorb the carbon dioxide and they breathe out oxygen with breathe in. Talk about a quantum entanglement, right? We can't live without each other that way, although the plants would be just fine without humans. We're not so good without plants, right? So something there about this beggar really filling themselves up by being in nature, as well as there's the other meaning of that word nature, something about the nature of the soul, right? That this, I just feel like this divine masculine beggar has been through it. And again, it doesn't have to be a financial begging. It can be that they've really been neglected and are really trying to clear those dependencies in their life by really turning inward. Awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. That the self-esteem to estimate oneself as, regardless of all that I've been through, look at all that I've been through. I am a strong soul. I have done so much. I am worthy of love, and I have love to give. I really like these two. It's just an intuitive thing. It's not about the cards on the table alone, but that's certainly a touchstone in. So let's keep going. We're going to take 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the Divine Feminine and 3 Mythic Tarot for the Divine Masculine. What's called a simple timeline, past, present, future. It ain't new. It's hardly a new spread. You know, what was, what is, and what will be, however you want to see that, past, present, future, yesterday, today, tomorrow. I just call it general past, present, future, a general timeline, because I'm reading for so many people here, right? So it could be yesterday, today, tomorrow, but to me, when I do a yesterday, today, tomorrow as Virgo, that's 24-hour segments, midnight to midnight. That's not what this is. Please breathe. Oh my goddesses, please. The voices of the collective divine feminine, please. 3 cards, simple timeline, past, present, future, for this divine feminine dilettante archetype with the guardian angel healing card there. Please, where has she been in this soulmate contract past? Where is she now in this soulmate contract present? Where is she going in this soulmate contract future? It's a simple timeline. Let's have a look. Well, she has been in a place of play. The 6 of Flames, Bastet, the Egyptian cat goddess of the sun. Very warm, very nurturing, very balanced. But also for a dilettante does make sense. Like, oh, I'm going to play with this and play with that. Very much that light side of the dilettante archetype. And maybe in this soulmate contract, she's been playing with the idea, or she's been playing with the desire, or they've been playing together. Where is she now? Well, Two of Flames. We go from 6 to 2, not necessarily backwards, but to me, the Two of Flames is definitely a card of indecision. The passion's there, the fire's there, but do I want it or not? Gas or brake, right? What do I want this? Do I don't? The what? The why? So people want to make the Two of Blades very much that card of indecision, but that's a mental card. I get that. To me, that's about analysis, looking at things. This is not feeling in terms of emotion, but trying to balance that fire of what do I want to do with this? I don't know what I want is indecision. Fire, desire, power of fire. Well, and headed into the Lover's card. So it does feel like this is going to culminate, in, or at least its next step, Major Arcana card of the Lovers, that there will be a decision made here, and chances are it is going to be one of I love you. This is a soulmate contract after all, but will she dabble as she goes? Remember, this is just for May, June 2020, even timeless. This is a simple timeline. It need not mean forever and ever and ever. By the way, a soulmate contract doesn't mean you're together forever. I mean, someone's going to croak eventually. But when soulmates part, it tends to be more gentle. It tends to be without a lot of drama and argument. There may be drama and argument separately, but together it's just that the souls are like, okay, we completed what we came here to do, move on, so that the next soulmate or twin flame, God forbid, can come in. Let's do the same for the Divine Masculine, my Saggies. Breathe. My gods, the collective divine masculines. Oh, my Zeus. Zeus who sits in the throne of Sagittarius, please. 3 cards in clarity, a simple timeline, past, present, future, for this divine masculine beggar archetype with the nature angel helping them out here, please. Where has he been? Card of the past in this soulmate contract. Where is he now? Card of the present in this soulmate contract. Where is he headed in the future of this soulmate contract? Cards are coming very easy for you today, Saggy. 7 of Swords. We got some sneaky going on there, right? We've got a really contemplation of how to plan and scheme and sort of figure this out, and not necessarily get away with murder, but it would make sense for a beggar, a lot of strategizing, a lot of planning, a lot of thinking on their feet, but also trying to figure out how to maneuver this in a mental way. There's always something sneaky about the 7 of Swords. Not so much in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, but in the Mythic Tarot, if you can see that, because it's such a dark card, but it does kind of give that shadow archetype. So maybe in the past there has been a dependence on others without, it's like, well, maybe if I let them do that for me, I won't have to, you know what I mean? And I'm sure that comes with, every archetype has its shadow, but if they're helping each other heal that, let's see where he is now. They both have the Two of Flames. They both have the Two of Flames. The Two of Wands is the same card in different variations on the theme. So there you have it. That's why I use these 2 different decks. Also in a place of indecision, not really knowing. So they are mirroring each other in that way, which is not unheard of in a soulmate contract. And do keep in mind, they might not have met yet, right? They might just be kind of going along their lives. And that's going to be for some of you, right? Because there are people who will say, well, I'm single. I don't understand how this can happen. I'm like, then why are you watching a soulmate read unless you kind of get, this is a soul contract. It's okay if we haven't met yet. Maybe we have, maybe we haven't. That will be revealed as you go. But it's something like that says, yeah, this is a soulmate thing. You're both being guided. And she's coming from the 6 of Flames. He's coming from the 7 of Swords. So really coming from different places, at least in terms of the elements. And he's got a Major Arcana card, the card of death. Now, we're not talking literal physical death. We're talking about a real transformation. And what if that transformation is from the shadow to the light? That his ego is dissolving as a result of this place of beggaring. Now, here's the thing. I am in the YouTube partnership program, so I'm not allowed to talk about and come out directly and say certain words having to do with the global crisis that we are in. But certainly I think we can understand the economic strain that a majority of people are in. So it might be that this person, you know, maybe got away with quite a bit in the past, but now because of their current situation, like the idea of relationship might not even be on the table unless he's looking for someone to sugar daddy or sugar mama him. No bueno in a soulmate. That's very twin flame. That is not soulmate. So there might be an ego death that he goes through. But I do have a feeling, her with the lovers, him with the death card, that when they meet, it's not going to be some casual encounter. It's going to be life-changing. But it does feel like she's going to be the one that makes the decision, right? And I think with a beggar archetype, that's going to be how it goes for a little while. Now, keep in mind, we're not saying, again, that either one of them, the dilettante or the beggar, that these are lifelong, what are called chronos archetypes, right? They have them their entire life from birth to death. There are archetypes that come and go, like weather and bloat in our lives, right? That's called the kairos archetypes. They sort of visit for a while, orbit like a satellite, and then leave. But with the guardian angel in nature here, I like this couple, that they are really eliciting empathically within me this really care. Like I can feel they would care for each other, and if they've already met, that they're helping each other get through this, even if they're not in the same domain, so to speak, in terms of a living situation. 3 more cards left, 2 of which are going to be the Whispers of Love Oracle, the voices of the higher selves. Let's see what's going on here with them, 5th dimensional and above, considering she's got the guardian angel, which for me is the card of the higher self. Let's see. Breathe. The higher selves of all involved. Please. 2 cards. 1 for the divine feminine guardian angel walking dilettante archetype, and 1 for the divine masculine nature angel beggar archetype, walking with the nature angels, walking the nature angels in nature. Please, 1 card in clarity for each, 1 for the divine feminine in the Sagittarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, soulmate, contract, May, June 2020, and 1 for the divine masculine beggar in the same contract. They know it's all in the same. I bless the decks before I do this. They know. Be supportive. Oh my God, divine feminine. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care, which is perfect for someone dealing with a beggar archetype. To be supportive, but she might still be in that place of indecision. It's like, well, how supportive do I want to be? Do I want to pay somebody's bills? Do we have to get this in writing? I want to be supportive. But a dilettante could very much be like, well, I don't know. I don't know. Well, not just what's in it for me, but how do we do this in a sane, healthy way so I don't end up hating you? But it's a soulmate contract. Let's see what's he got. True love. This is a once-in-a-lifetime love. This is true love. This is true love. Now, I think if there's only 1 true love card in this deck, so if it's true love for one, it's true love for both. Though that doesn't mean the other person's always going to play along. True love doesn't mean you always get what you want. The ego wants what it wants, but the soul has its needs of what it needs to do in this lifetime to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, and to help transform this world. So, be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. That's easy enough. But I think this true love is what's going to really transform this divine masculine beggar, that it's in his nature to really love here. But he's really going to have to learn, if he has not already, the lessons of humility, not humiliation, humility. Check out Caroline Mace's 2 books, Defy Gravity or Defying Gravity. I think Defying Gravity is the musical Wicked. Defy Gravity is Caroline Mace, I forget. But the other one is Entering the Castle. She talks quite a bit about the grace of humility there. Compassion, certainly, but self-esteem, that there's going to be a real transformation in this guy. But let's do your last card. Healing Mantra deck. Matt Kahn. Whoever is watching this, whether you are the Sagittarian or the cross-watcher, what have you, whoever works this healing mantra, because of the quantum entanglement of a soulmate, they will be helping the other heal as well. So that's the great thing about the quantum in that sense in a soulmate contract. You don't even have to know each other or have met to help each other heal, which means you can tune to each other if you have the skill to do so, whether you've met or not. But only the soul can do that. The ego will get in the way. Try and make it happen. All that scripted. I wouldn't say written in stone. At least written in stone, you'd have something solid. Written in the quantum, which means there are different variations of how the timeline plays out. So yeah, let's, I think your best bet is work this mantra, whatever it is. Let's ask the Ascended Masters. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please. One card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract for May, June 2020 or timeless, involving this divine feminine dilettante and this divine masculine beggar, please. What is their perfect healing mantra to help themselves and each other heal? Welcoming surrender. Are you kidding me? There is no problem, only destiny being revealed. That's hot. This is a great mantra. I've had this one. It's got me through some pretty rough patches in my twin flame, if he ends up being a twin flame and not a soulmate in disguise. Welcoming surrender. There is no problem, only destiny being revealed. I'm going to read it from the book because that's all that's written on the card. And Matt Connor is a genius. Genius. I don't know if he'd consider himself a genius. Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. He seems to have a nice dose of humility in him as well. Well, he's had the crap kicked out of him. Who hasn't on this path? Welcoming surrender. There is no problem, only destiny being revealed. When surrender is welcomed, you are open to viewing life as the playground of the soul's evolution. You're no longer worrying about what to do or where to go. Instead, you are following the gentle, peaceful flow of inner guidance, right? And that's for both of them, by the way. In surrender, every personal conflict is handed over to Source so as not to distract from the prime objective of evolving your consciousness with the utmost sincerity, love, and compassion for all. So that indecision thing there, right? All that inner conflict, to hand it over and say, all right, you show me, I'll do my best, I surrender. Thy will be done, for the highest good and harming none, as I will it, so let it be done, however you want to phrase that for yourself. This mantra is ideal for eliminating resistance, dealing with anger, and easing an overthinking mind. There is no problem, only destiny being revealed. Let's pop up the larger picture and see what else we see. Nice deep breath. Magic clap. Because we have the divine feminine archetype with the dilettante, right? The shadow attribute, pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. The light attribute delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. And with the guardian angel, I'm still going to say that she might still be dipping toes in some of this spirituality, soulmate, soul contracty kind of stuff. And with that Six of Flames, it does show, I won't say necessarily a player, but someone who knows how to play, right? That it feels good. It doesn't have that toxic using people vibe there, so much as it is wanting to have a good time. This is very Sagittarian. This could easily be the Sagittarius. And with that Two of Flames in the present, really not sure what to do next. Is feeling the fire. It's been always burning since the world's been turning. Every time I work in a song lyric, I take a sip. It's going to keep me well hydrated. But then moving into that card of the Lovers, absolutely a love affair, but one that is going to take a life-changing decision to make happen. This isn't just, oh, I like you. This is, do I decide to fall in love with you or not, because it will change my life. And with the whisper from her higher self saying, be supportive, make a genuine effort to show you care. Be careful of being a rescuer, though. That is not the archetype there. And for a dilettante to become a rescuer, she's only going to dabble in it. So really, this beggar has to do for themselves as well. And let's look at him. The shadow attribute, dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. The light attribute confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem within himself as well as within this divine feminine. And with the angel of nature there, this might be somebody who can just go out in nature and name every tree, every plant, every herb, may have the nature child archetype, is much more comfortable in natural settings than in cities, right? Very grounded. But with that Seven of Swords in the recent past, maybe he's had to be a little shady, a little tricky, a little using his ingenuity to get by. But now with the presentation of this soulmate contract, or where he is in his life right now if they haven't met yet, that Two of Wands, a real indecision about, well, what do I do? I don't know what to do. Now, by the way, this doesn't mean that this person may be lacking for money. They may be lacking for other things there, the beggar, but particularly what? Self-esteem, compassion, humility. So really is making the decision, do I heal or not? And with that death card ahead, and again, I'm really not feeling that is about physical death. Otherwise, why would it show up in a soulmate contract reading? But that there is a true transformation here from the inside out available to him. That is probably not going to be very fast. It's probably going to be a little slow moving as he transforms in the fires of true love, because true love, this love, is a once in a lifetime love. The word love is 3 times in that card. Never realized that before. Then this is definitely something that's going to transform his life. It's going to transform both of their lives. And if they can welcome surrender, which is the mantra here, welcoming surrender, there is no problem, only destiny being revealed. Take their time with this, be compassionate. Not only will they be brought together if they're not, but they will be able to heal and help each other heal. A pretty lovely reading. I can't shake this empathic sweetness about these two. That probably if you saw them together, you'd go, aww, aww, they're very, very, very sweet together. I like them a lot. So may the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in their soulmate contracts, May, June, timeless, that they may heal, that they may grow, that they may be supportive, that they may discover the true love that is already within them, welcome surrender, and manifest their roles in the divine plan, fulfill their roles in the divine plan for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So motivate, and so it is. Thank you so much for watching, my Sagittarians. Again, please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of May, June, or whenever you are watching this. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.